We are so happy you're here tonight. We're so happy you chose to join us. We're happy you left your house. You're okay being with other people. You braved the cold. We're happy you're here. 2 years of doing this online, how good does it feel to be here in person, right? Yeah, you can clap for that, you bet. Now, I miss this. I don't know about you guys, I miss this. I miss the guy in the back left. You know who you are. You finished my dad jokes. I see you out there. I miss that. I miss Willie Stewart. Is Willie Stewart here? I think Willie's here somewhere, right? I miss, there he is. I miss Willie Stewart giving me the, hey, Mike, hey, enough talking. Let's keep this thing going. I got things to do. I missed that. I missed Carrie Holden, our fearless leader. Carrie, you're here, right? You got to be here, right? Yeah, there she is. All right. I miss Carrie telling me, hey, I must see how stressed she was when I come up here. And thinking that I'm going to reinsert the joke she cut about 5 minutes before I got up here. Carrie, I wouldn't do that. But a priest, a politician, and a monkey walk into a bar and... Carrie, I'm kidding you. I would never tell that joke unless you find me afterwards. No, work that out. So, for those of you that I haven't met, I'm Mike Lenstra. I've been on the board of executive directors for about 15 years now. This is also my 6th year of hosting and being your MC this evening. And as per usual, I negotiated double play tonight, so don't worry about me. 0 times 2 is still 0. But hey, I look forward to this every year. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you joined us. It has been 83 years of helping kids in our immediate community reach their full potential. It's going to be an amazing evening tonight. And the reason for that is it's about the kids. This is a one event you're going to go to. That's all about the kids. There's 5 amazing Youth of the Year I can't wait to introduce you to. They'll be up here on stage live just in a few minutes doing their speeches. But before we get to them, I want to thank our sponsors. We would not be here tonight without our sponsors. And a list of these sponsors you will see shortly scrolling on the screens behind me. You will also see them in the program right in front of you. I'm going to name a few of the key sponsors. Please hold your applause to the end. Lynn and Lane Smith of the Tacoma Stars. Great organization, great support. They are our presenting sponsor this evening. 3 other major sponsors I want to highlight tonight are Harborstone Credit Union, been with us for years. Titus Will Automotive Group, thank you. You have also been with us for years. And U.S. Oil. Can we give them a round of applause? We couldn't do it without them, and we can't do it without the table captains and the table sponsors. We thank every one of you this evening. Now, it is my honor and certainly my privilege to introduce Carrie Holden this evening. Carrie's been our fearless leader, president, and CEO for over 5 years now. She is a veteran when it comes to the Boys and Girls Club with over 22 years of experience. She's worked at Boys and Girls Club of America as well as in the clubs. Please help me welcome to the stage the hardest working CEO I know with the calmest voice you will ever hear. Carrie, get up here.
Well, I hope Mike knows a lot of CEOs. I'm afraid he may not if I'm making the top of his list. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the evening. Welcome and thank you. It feels absolutely amazing to be back in a room full of people who are here to celebrate some incredible young people from our community. I've got a chance to say hello to many of you, and I look forward to connecting with even more of you before the night's over. So if you see me pop up with a quick and quiet hello at your table, don't be startled. It's just me trying to say a hello and a welcome. A lot has changed since the last time we were together for Legacy of Hope. No mistake about it. We are very fortunate that even more has stayed consistent for the kids that we serve in Boys and Girls Clubs. And I'd like to share a couple of those things with you. First, our doors remained open. Now, in a typical year, we plan for around 10-ish weeks of day camp. Now, that's kind of our normal operational level of service. You know, we budget for that, we staff for that. Well, when we wrapped up and all of our students went back full-time, we had finished up 72 weeks of 11 hours a day, Monday through Friday, of welcoming. Yeah, that's kudos to the staff. That's a lot of hours, welcoming kids, making sure that they felt safe, keeping them engaged in programs in ways that were appropriate for the environment that we were in, just making them feel welcome, helping them be kids in the middle of a time period where everything was difficult for all of us. One of the other pieces that stayed consistent, and I could not be more grateful, is the steadfast support of this community, folks in the room and folks beyond it. There is no way to go from 10 weeks of day camp to 72 weeks of day camp without the support of the community, and I cannot thank you enough. From the bottom of my heart, just so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we want to make sure that we place success within reach of every single kid and teen that comes in our door. And we do this by offering safe places, caring mentors, and life-enhancing programs focused on a couple of key things: academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character and leadership. I know that sounds pretty sterile for an organization that works with kids. So when we talk about what that looks like day to day in the club, it's meeting the unique needs of 2,500 kids that will walk through our door, plus, in the next year. It's making sure that when they come in, they feel a warm welcome. They get a chance to play or reconnect with their friends. That involves some non-screen time even. That's kind of a novel thing for our teens and our young kids. We want to make sure that they're getting some face-to-face time. We want to make sure that they're getting support with their homework, oftentimes a hot meal before they head home for the night. And most importantly, is just having a place that embraces them for who they are. Our clubhouses are a home away from home for kids in our community. We know, because our kids tell us, one of the most important things for them is physical and emotional safety. It's their top priority, and it's ours too. It's the #1 thing we do at clubs: keep kids safe. Research by Harvard's Center for the Developing Child identified what the single most important factor is in looking at whether or not a child will build resilience and have a successful outcome. And you know what they found? It was one adult with a caring, supportive relationship. Just one was all it took to really give kids that head start, that boost, and the support that they need. What we've learned from our club kids is 92% of them tell us that that caring adult for them is located at their club. 98% of our kids tell us that they feel emotionally safe in our clubhouses and club programs. And that's an incredible number, especially right now, where kids are feeling disconnected. They're feeling that they don't oftentimes have the supports that they need. We know that that happens at the clubs because of you. None of this work happens alone. Our organization has a tested commitment to collaboration, and I'd like to lift up some of our partners who are here this evening. So our first, one of our biggest partners across our footprint and beyond are our school districts. So anyone in the field of education, any of our school district partners, we love working with you on social and emotional skill building and supporting the academic growth of kids when they're in our care. With workforce development and STEM, our friends at TPU have done an incredible job developing STEM Academy, and we're so grateful for you. We've also been able to work with first responders across our footprint on hands-on, interactive, engaging activities for our club members. Real solid mentoring opportunities. And the last one I'd like to lift up tonight is a collaborative partnership with many, many agencies called Beyond the Bell right here in Tacoma. And we work very closely with Metro Parks, Green Trike, the Y, Tacoma Public Schools, and so many other providers to help create a tapestry of out-of-school time programs and opportunities for kids of all ages. And that's true, true collaboration. I want to lift them up and say thank you to all of our partners. Couldn't do it without you. The club experiences and programs I've shared tonight wouldn't be possible without some incredible leadership, and we are very fortunate to have one of the most amazing Board of Governors, Board of Trustees, and committee member cohorts, I think, in really multiple counties. They are absolutely amazing. They take my calls, they answer my emails. That is always a bonus and very, very wonderful to have when you're in a position like mine, especially over the last few years. So anyone on committees, boards, or trustees, if you could please just give a quick wave, we'd like to do a thank you for you. Also like to do a quick shout out to our staff. You are champions, fierce protectors, cheerleaders, mentors, and trusted confidants for the youth that we serve. Whether you're working with kids day to day or supporting those who do, thank you. I know there's a lot of your hard work and effort showing up on the stage a little later tonight. Speaking of that, we will be hearing from alumni who will be sharing their club experience, and then we're also going to be celebrating 5 absolutely amazing club members. I am excited for you to get a chance to meet them tonight. We want to be able to recognize them so that they see their potential, know their worth, and find their voice. And I think you'll hear that they've done just that. As our alumni will share, the impact of clubs does not stop when a young person graduates from our program. Indeed, that is really just the beginning, and you'll hear some of those stories this evening too. So again, my deepest gratitude. Thank you for being there this past 2.5, 3 years when we absolutely needed you the most so that we could serve the kids who needed us the most. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful evening when I hand things back over to Mike.
Thank you, Carrie. Was I right? I mean, is that the smoothest voice you've heard? I mean, I didn't want to wake you. I didn't know. No one went to sleep, I know, because she had some great stuff to say, but as calm as they get running the helm right there. Thank you, Carrie, very much. In 1992, we created the Stan Naccarato Community Service Award to recognize community service and dedicated volunteers. It's named after its first recipient, who was an inspiration to all, who spent his life working in our community to make it a better place. A list of the many amazing individuals and organizations who have received this award are now listed on the screen. If you are one of those individuals, if you are part of one of those organizations you see right there, would you please stand at this time and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you so much for what you've done for the clubs. Thank you for what you have done in our community. To help present this year's award, I'd like to introduce fellow board member Jen Mikeland. Jen will be representing last year's winner, the Multi-Care Health System. Now, I got to go a little bit off script here a little bit too. Jen was actually my co-host and partner in crime for the last 2 years when we took this entire show online. And so, Jen, how good does it feel to look out there and actually get some response and actually see people, not just a camera in front of you? So give her a nice warm welcome if you would. Jen Mikeland.
Thanks, Mike. Good evening, everyone. It is lovely to see you out here instead of just staring into a camera. Really appreciate the opportunity to connect with each of you. We are honored to be able to present this year's Stan Naccarato Community Service Award to Mark Starnes. As anyone who has met Mark knows, he embodies leadership, humility, and high standards of conduct and ethics. After a successful career in leadership in the private sector, Mark Starnes retired from an executive position with Weyerhaeuser in 2006. But like so many others, he fell in love with the mission of the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound. In 2007, he was appointed to the executive board, and he also served on the personnel committee. In 2009, he was appointed to the chair of the Resource Development Committee. Then Mark became the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club in 2009, and that was a really challenging time. In 2009, as many of you remember, the market collapsed, leaving many nonprofit organizations in a state of uncertainty and deep concern. Mark's extensive leadership and business acumen, combined with an understanding of how people wanted to be treated, instilled confidence to his board, staff members, and donors. He restructured the organization from top to bottom. He led the Boys and Girls Club with integrity and care and brought it to the next level of excellence. After passing the baton of leadership to Carrie Holden, Mark continued to be a champion for youth in our community, mentoring countless current and future leaders. Mark was an active member of Tacoma Rotary 8 for several years, and he continues to serve on several boards and committees, including the Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound Philanthropy Committee, the College Success Foundation Board of Directors, and the University of Washington Tacoma Advisory Board. One of his most important roles and his current community service, though, involves volunteering weekly in his granddaughter Juliet's first grade classroom. Please help me to welcome this year's Stan Naccarato Community Service Award recipient, Mark Starnes.
Goodness, I'm overwhelmed. I really am. I think I'm going to cry, really. Oh, my goodness, what an honor. And I won't take long here. I know the real important part of this program is yet to come, but I will just say that it is such an honor. As Jen and Carrie know, I stood here on this stage as they have and helped present this award for many years. And honestly, it never dawned on me that I might be standing here receiving it. It just never occurred to me. And when you see the names that have been listed there, it's just beyond my ability to express my appreciation and how deeply I'm touched, really, by being included for this award. And remembering Stan Naccarato as well is always a bit emotional as well. But I'm also aware that because my service to this organization is a big part of why I was given this award, I just have to say, much as Carrie said a few minutes ago, that the things we accomplished during that time really had everything to do with people in this room, each of you, and many others that couldn't be here tonight. The generosity of donors at that time, the volunteers, the board members that stuck with us through difficult times, as they've continued to do through the more recent difficult times. Well, we seem to have our share of challenges, and yet the donors, the volunteers, and the staff of this organization just don't give up. They just continue to reach deeper when they need to, and because the mission is so important, because there's so many children that count on us, and when we're in those challenges, they count on us even more, because it means that there are other problems that we're all dealing with, and they need us even more. And when you see the donors, the staff, the volunteers just reaching deeper when those times come, and making it happen, and getting the job done for these kids, it's so touching. And as I accept the award, I have to say I accept it on behalf of each of you, and just admire and honor your contribution that you continue to give to make this all possible, and to make it possible for us even to be here tonight. So I thank you very, very much. And now I'm going to do one more thing, and this one's going to get me in a little bit of trouble, but I'm going to ask my wife, Linda, to stand up. And she has supported me and everything I've done, and we've been a great team. And one of the other reason to have her stand up is because we've been a great team for 50 years now. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary. So thank you.
Wow, I'm seeing a theme with CEOs of the Boys and Girls Club: calm, humble, and to bring up Linda, the wife, veteran move, buddy. Well done. I mean, that's a happy house, is what that is. So it's my turn to bring up my. No, I'm just kidding, babe. I will not do that. Hey, I know it's hard to believe we're not just here for this amazing food, this amazing company. We're here to celebrate 5 Youth of the Year. They're all winners. Each one of these guys and gals have won in their club. Every one of them has already won. They've been selected on academic success, character and citizenship, healthy lifestyles, essays, poise, and public speaking. And this doesn't happen on its own. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens not just with staff, but with local companies and individuals to help prepare these kids for what you're about to see. So I'm going to announce some of those right now. And when I announce your name, I'd love to have you stand. Please hold your applause to the end. University of Washington, Tacoma. For college, no, see, I heard you slip up. I got you. That's right, University of Washington, Tacoma, for college readiness and financial aid. Deanna Martinez, for professional speech help and prep. Go ahead and stand up. Maddie, photo and motion. I know you're right there. You can still stand up, actually. We see you. Been with us for years. Thank you. It's up to them that have created these fantastic images for the Youth of the Year. And our friends at Macy's. Every year, they step up, they suit up these kids, dress them up so nice as you're about to see them. And then lastly, the countless volunteers for mock interviews, coaching, help with essays. They've listened to speeches, and we want to say thank you. Can we give each one of these a round of applause right now? I started with the easy one. Now we move into the harder stuff right here. And that's the toughest job in this building. And that was a distinguished panel of judges. They reviewed applications, they've interviewed, they listened to every speech, and then the toughest part of all, they got together and they picked out one winner that we're going to hear tonight. So I'm going to introduce these judges, and I'd ask you once again, hold your applause to the end, and when you hear your name announced, please stand. Tafana Irvin, who is the Executive Director of the Foundation for Tacoma Students. Ashley Mangum, the Director of Kids Mental Health, Pierce County Multi-Care. There you go. DeAndre Jenkins, Chairman, Executive Director, I Still Matter Foundation. Jeff Politowski, President, Market Leader, Mary Bridge Children's Hospital. Jeremy Rubin, Face Consulting, and Titus Will, previously a Youth of the Year winner for this organization, and someone you're going to hear a little bit from a little later on. Can we give these people a round of applause? Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, what are these kids getting besides get up here and have to talk to you 400 people? Well, they're getting a lot. Each finalist is going to get $4,000 scholarship. Yeah, the My Voice Award received winner, we'll talk about that award in a little bit. You guys actually get to participate in that, receives $5,000 scholarship. Third place, a minimum of $5,000 as well. Runner-up, a minimum of $5,500. The winner tonight will receive a minimum of $7,500 scholarship. You can clap for that. Go ahead. I wasn't a math major, but for those of you playing along at home, I think that comes to $26,000 in scholarships that the Boys and Girls Club are going to issue to the kids that are on this stage tonight. And I'm not here to brag. That's a lie. I'm totally here to brag. Listen to this. Over the last 20 years, we've had 8 state Youth of the Years come from our clubs right here. 3 regional winners. Now, these regional winners went all the way to the White House. We're going to hear from one of them in a little bit. Could all the past Youth of the Year winners that are in this building, and it is a fine, small group, if you could stand right now and be recognized. It's a small group, but it is very, very distinguished. Before we meet our 2023 Youth of the Year finalists, we want to recognize some amazing alumni from years past. In 2015, we started the Boys and Girls Club Alumni Hall of Fame. Now, we started this to highlight some highly successful people that got their start right here in our clubs. The Alumni Hall of Fame recognizes club members who have impacted the Boys and Girls Clubs and distinguished themselves as outstanding citizens in our community right here in Tacoma. A list of those people who have been inducted into the Hall of Fame are now on the screens right to both my left and my right. If you are one of these cherished few, please stand and be recognized at this time. Hold on now. They're doing good things out there, and it's because of the support that they have gotten in this room. To introduce this year's inductee, it's now my honor and my privilege to welcome to the stage Jeremy Rubin. There you go. Jeremy Rubin is a sales manager at Titusville. He's the owner of Face Consulting. He's the alumni of the Al Davies branch and was our 2000 Boys and Girls Club America Pacific Region Youth of the Year. Can we please give a warm welcome to Jeremy?
Oh man, so good to be here. I grew up with Larry Stevens. We were friends, but we were more like competitors. He went to the East Side Boys and Girls Club. I went to Al Davies. He played at Wilson football, Wilson High School. I played at Foss. But then he went on to play for the University of Michigan. He also went to the NFL and played for the Bengals. After his career in football, Larry decided he was going to help thousands of people. So he went from raising scholarships for high schoolers to helping people transition from prison to, normal life. He also helped a lot of NFL players transition from the field to taking their platform and helping that platform fuel their passion. When I think about where we came from to where he is right now, I was flooded with so much emotion. And that emotion led me to one really profound thought, and I wanted to share that with you. And that is, man, they'll just let anybody into the Hall of Fame. Carrie, did you just put out an application on the corner? You just let anybody in these days. It's crazy. I know what some of you guys might be saying. Oh, Jeremy, you just hate because you're not in the Hall of Fame. Well, went to the White House on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And again, I'm not bringing up me. Let's not make this uncomfortable. But if you thought I was just gonna give him his roses, no, he's my competitor, right? He's gonna work for it just like he worked for everything else in his life. You're gonna meet him later, and you're gonna think, oh wow, this guy, he's tall, stout, good looking. He developed that over time. No, it's not fair. Larry has had a 5 o'clock shadow and been that size since he was 12. Okay, so don't feel bad for him. And it's crazy, one of the greatest plays that I've ever seen on the field. Larry is lined up on the defensive line, and this quarterback is getting ready to throw the ball. And he's putting mustard on it. Hot mustard, spicy mustard. This ball is coming out. Larry literally gets up and like Thanos with all the Infinity Stones, intercepts the ball at the line of scrimmage. And I had never seen a play like this before in my life. Now you might be saying, well, Jeremy, did you go congratulate him and let him know how great he did? Absolutely not. I didn't come from that school. We didn't get participation trophies. We weren't elevating our team. You were at the wrong club. You were at the wrong high school. You might get a good game, but that's about it. But alas, as men, we have to grow up. We got to put our toxic masculinity to the side. And so today I'm going to tell the truth. My mom would say, tell the truth, shame the devil. So that's what I'm going to do today. And the truth is, Larry, as a boy, I sat on the field and I watched you in awe and wonder. And as a man, I watched you navigate this life with the same awe and wonder over the last 20 years. And no one deserves this award like you do. So here's what we're gonna do. This is the time in the program where you need to put your forks down and you need to get to your feet, because we're gonna make some noise, okay? I want the Hotel Murano to come in here and check to make sure everything's okay. Because I will not induct him if we're doing golf clapping. We're not doing that. So It is my honor and privilege to introduce your 2023 Boys and Girls Club of South Puget Sound Alumni Hall of Fame recipient, Larry Stevens. Everybody.
Thank you. Man, pleasure to see everybody. It's great. I'll keep it short. Not really, but I'll tell you. For me, it's easy for me to start at the end and tell you where I am now, what I've done, and all this good stuff. But I want to tell you what's more important of where I started. And I just flew in from DC late last night, and I usually stay on Hosmer because that's where I grew up. I grew up right behind Hosmer. And I grew up every day, got off my city bus, caught the bus all the way to the other side of town because a lot was going on. And during this time when I grew up, there was a lot of trouble. A lot of stuff was going on. We were getting in trouble left and right, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities for us. And I rode my bike all the way to the East Side Boys and Girls Club. I couldn't afford to get in. I couldn't afford to play sports, these things. And so it took people that cared, that knew that people like myself or where we came from really didn't have some of the resources to help us take these steps. And so it was that time to where I got enrolled at East Side Boys and Girls Club, to where the first time in my life I got mentorship. First time in my life I heard coaches, people telling me what I should do. First time I had my attitude adjusted and corrected. All these, it sounds crazy, but in the way that we grew up, I mean, we only knew one thing. We wanted to win, and we wanted to win at all costs. But there was a lot of life that we dealt with. And a lot of people don't understand that to navigate through this life, you need friends, you need help, you need resources, you need second parents, like my guests that are here. And I wouldn't be here without them if they wouldn't take somebody like me who was not their kid. It's the same story about the Boys and Girls Club. Like, what Eastside did for me was, like I said, the first time I had a lot of these things. And from that, it's important now to see, I come back and I talk to a lot of these kids, and a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and the resources that we have to provide now. Right now, if I didn't make it to the NFL or make it to college football, a lot of people wouldn't listen to me and what I was saying, right? But the fact of the matter was, if it wasn't for people that cared about the day-to-day stuff that we went through as athletes, as people in the community, without the Boys and Girls Club, without those resources, we would not be here at all. The relationships that I met from the Boys and Girls Club, these guys like Joe Rubin, Isaiah Trufant family, all these inductees, these are friends that we've had for life, and that we've been able to encourage each other, to hold each other up, and to move forward in life. And I'm just honored to be here. If it wasn't for this humbling start for me, we would not be able to come back to these type of communities. Right now, this Boys and Girls Club is the necessity, the biggest thing that's needed in Tacoma. I'm not sure where everybody lives right now, and I had a whole speech directed to what I wanted to say, but then I come back here and I look at where I grew up, and I look at my friends' kids that I go here, I look at the situation that we're upon, and it's gonna take all of us. Like, it is some serious stuff going on. Like, we need each other. We need resources. We need each other's help. We need to carry and lift each other up. Like, I've been to 30 countries. I've helped over 10,000 people. Who cares? I could not have done that if I wouldn't have had people like you in this room who have given a second, a minute, $1, a conversation to pull me aside to tell me that I can be something greater and that I can do these things. I look at these young gentlemen here, these people here, these young inductees that are good, they're great. The future is theirs. It takes all of us to help them, and I believe we can do it. Thank you. This night isn't about me. I just know that we need to help them, and that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. Thank you.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You want to see the Boys and Girls Club in action? I think you just did, right? And then I got to speak after it. Come on. Two gentle giants, right? Both Larry and Jeremy. Hey, I heard you guys played football together against each other in high school, and I was going to bring that up earlier, but man, it would get ugly. You guys, especially, I don't want to see what happened there. Hey, listen, we are right there. We are about to bring the kids on stage, and they're amazing, and I can't wait to hear them. But I thought we needed a little focus this evening. I know there's a lot going on. There's eating and stuff like that. A few years ago, I was in a conference in Atlanta, and someone did this exercise for me, and I wanted to return the favor. I wanted you to lock in for these kids tonight. So I'm gonna try it tonight. It worked for me. I thought it was amazing. I didn't know it would. It's gonna take 2 minutes. If we could turn the house lights up just a hair tonight. Now, I know. I hear the shock, right? Audience participation. If you could stand up. I know that means putting your forks to the side. For those that are able, if you could stand up this evening. Yep. I get it. We're locking in. This is for the kids. If you could, I want everyone to face this north wall right here. And I want you to roll the shoulders a little bit, stretch the neck out. It worked for me. I think it's going to work for you guys. I want the right arm out to the side, point your finger out. And this is a key. There's a pressure point on the side of your nose, about right here. I want you to push against it, lower base of the nose right there. And I want you to take a 3/4 turn towards me in the front. If you could do that right now, that'd be great. Perfect. Okay. All right, that had absolutely nothing. You can sit down. That had nothing to do with focus, but I'm going to tell you what, Youth of the Year that are sitting right here, listen, how can you be intimidated or nervous when you just saw 400 adults picking their nose? I got the photo. It is right here. You guys are going to do great because look what they did. They're going to embarrass themselves. And hey, I'd also like to know where Woodworth is. Jeff, where are you, buddy? There he is, Jeff. Jeff and I had a little wager if I could get 400 adults to pick their nose. Jeff, write the $1,000 check, buddy. You promised. I want to see the pen going. I want to see the pen going. Told? Thank you, Jeff. All right. Listen, there's absolutely no smooth transition to that and that immaturity level to Zenobia Webster. But I'm going to do it. So excited to bring her to the stage. She is our 2022 Youth of the Year. This young lady has so much energy. She makes me look like I'm sleepwalking through life. And I know where she gets it. Last year I met her mom backstage when we were doing this online, and she is just as much of a firecracker too. So can we give her a big round of applause for Zenobia Webster?
Oh, I'm so honored to be here. On behalf of my mom, though, he did say my name wrong. So Mike, she was a firecracker for a reason. Remember that. Alrighty, I'm so excited to be here. I remember being in you guys' shoes, scared, anxious, like, oh my God, did I win, did I lose? But in the end, you guys, we're all a family, and you guys are all winners. So it doesn't matter who we won, we lose, whatever, we're all still a family. You guys are all winners. You guys did everything you needed to do to be here today. So can we give a round of applause for them, because they just did an amazing job. And a little life update on me. I'm now transferring from University Puget Sound to UW. Go Dogs. I am going to be a pre-law major, so I'm excited to be with the UW community. Thank you guys. And a special thank you to you guys, like all in the audience. Like, this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you guys. Like, the opportunities that I've been blessed to have, the scholarships, just meeting you guys alone. We would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. So give yourselves a round of applause, please, and thank you. Oh, okay. So now before we introduce today's Youth of the Years, I would like for us to know like our junior candidates. So our junior candidates, basically, they get to shower our Youth of the Years. They get to like see what they have to do next year, so they can like get the woodworks. And so from our Bremerton branch, we have Joanna Flores and as well as Talila Sweet. Do you guys like stand? I don't know where you guys are at. Yes. Alrighty, and then from our Lakewood branch, we have Jocelyn Suarez. Where you at, girl? And then from our Milgard Family Eastside Club, we have Rhea Richardson. Alrighty, and then for our, now to get to our Youth of the Years, our finalists. So we do have an award that comes up before Youth of the Year. We just like to acknowledge that first. So we have, this requires your participation. It is called the My Choice Award, which gives you the opportunity to select the candidate who you feel gave the best presentation or maybe connected with the story the best. We wanted to provide one more way to recognize our candidates and their voice and platform. That is this program has provided with them. Alrighty, and now for our speeches. We're just gonna have them start it off. Alrighty, so for our first speech, we have Ysaunaa Hernandez. Ysaunaa is the North Mason Branch Youth of the Year and has been a club member for 9 years. She is a sophomore at North Mason High School. Please welcome Ysaunaa.
Little messy up here, guys. Ooh, I'm too short for this, guys. Sorry. Well, here we go. Good tidings, my fellow humans. Can I get a show of hands here who has a chosen family? Thank you. I know I do. For years, I had been a floating piece of plastic on the ocean, not knowing where my destination was going to be. But then, off in the distance, saw this little place. It was very, very exceedingly small, but it was a homey one. It had college navy blue walls and action green walls with decals on the walls that littered the walls. It said, "Amazing, you can do it. Great job." There were stories on the tiles on the ceiling and the walls that told stories of many kids who had also called this place a home. To most people, they see the North Mason Teen Center. To me, I see home. I see my chosen family. The people who make it my chosen family, Miss TJ. We start off with her because I've known her for most of my life. She's seen me grow up to see the person that you guys see here in front of you today. Oh, and I just have to mention, she makes the best Alfredo in the entire world. Well, we have Miss Brittany. She always had a pep in her step. She had new news about her son, what's going on. She made me do things, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to keep doing this. But she kept pushing me to do community service, and I'm proud of her for making me do this, because I'm here in front of you guys because of it. I see Miss Alicia after I walk in. I have to talk to her about her coffee, though. If it's a fancy foo-foo one, or if it's just black coffee with a little bit of cream, a little boring, but who knows? Then we have Coral and Mix Morgan. They're in the big room that we use for most of our programs. Coral's talking to Renee or talking to some other kids, but then Morgan will come up and talk to me about books, and oh, I'm in my happy place. There's never a dull day at club. There's always music in the background, a movie playing, somebody wanted to talk to me. Mr. James's playlist, though, it's mostly Led Zeppelin. All of this reminds me that I have found a home, somewhere where I can go and be myself and always know that somebody is there for me. Can you think with me now? Was there ever a time that you knew that somebody was going to be there for you? That's what the Boys and Girls Club means to me. I'm Ysaunaa Hernandez, and my island is the North Mason Teen Center. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you. Alrighty, next up we have Lashawn McQueen. So Lashawn, he is from our Lakewood branch. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Al Davies. He's from our Al Davies branch and has been a club member with us for 11 years. He's a junior at Foss High School. Please welcome Lashawn.
Hello, my name is Lashawn McQueen. I am the Al Davies Branch Youth of the Year. By a show of hands, who else had a basketball in hands while growing up? Well, I did. I have been attending Al Davies since the 1st grade. I grew up in the club with my siblings and my family. When you walk through those blue doors, you are hit with the sound of loud laughing voices and children running around. Exactly what the club should sound like. The relationship I got from the club is as important as the ball is to a basketball player. I'll never forget the time I met a Boys and Girls Club staff that increased my love for basketball. Mr. Donald was the gym staff at the Boys and Girls Club. I remember the first day I walked into the gym. It smelled like fresh wax and there were members running around. Mr. Donald taught me how to be a leader, and to be a leader, you not only have to listen, but focus and teach others. I use what he taught me now as an athlete at Henry Foss High School, playing basketball, football, and baseball, as well as on and off the court and in the classroom. There are many programs to choose from at Al Davies. A program that I participated in was Passport to Manhood, which is ran by the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, a community partner who would come in and dedicate their time to teach us different values of what life is like being a leader, helping the community, and being a man. I've made lifelong friendships, learned many valuable lessons, and grown so much while attending Al Davies. I started to dig deeper into what I can do to help my community, and last summer, I trained at the YMCA as a youth counselor, and I'm currently volunteering at the Elijah Barrow Food Bank. Once graduating from high school, I want to pursue a degree in auto mechanics and one day own my own auto shop in my community helping others. My name is Lashawn McQueen. I am the Al Davies Branch Youth of the Year.
Thank you, Lashawn. Next up, we have Mason Sullivan. Mason is from our Lakewood, he's our Lakewood Youth of the Year from our branch, and has been a club member for 8 years. Mason is a sophomore at Franklin Pierce High School. Please welcome Mason.
Hello, I'm Mason Sullivan, the 2023 Lakewood Branch Youth of the Year. Scene 1, sometimes, princess, you just have to take a risk, Aladdin. I can remember walking to the club for the first time with my sister tied around my waist. We were both very nervous with our hearts pounding out of our chests. I had to be the bigger brother, though, and show her that I wasn't scared. It was when we went to the art room, Miss D, when we both felt at ease. The art room was always covered in glitter, and all you could ever hear was laughter. Miss D made us feel welcomed and helped us get comfortable with club. Once we settled in and were open to new things, she started to push us out of our comfort zone. She started me off with little roles like open mic, a talent show, and trash fashion, a design and modeling contest. These little roles helped me get ready for the big play production. I was supposed to be a minor role in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but little did I know Miss D had other plans for me. She quickly changed my role from Grandpa George with one line to Grandpa Joe, who was in every scene. I didn't realize it at first, but once I did, I confronted her right away. Hold up, wait a minute, Miss D. I'm not ready for Grandpa Joe. This is my first time doing something like this. I remember saying as I pictured myself freezing mid-scene on stage, "Oh, you can do it. I know you can." She replied like it was no big deal. After a while of convincing and stressing over it, I finally decided that I would do it. And we killed it. Scene 2. It is not in doing what you like, but in liking what you do. That is the secret of happiness. Peter Pan. Once I started getting comfortable in club, I realized I like helping others more than I thought. I was able to help the younger cast members with their roles, and it was fun. Helping them with their roles led to me becoming a junior staff. Junior staffing not only allowed me to assist staff, but run programs on my own. Helping out inside the club inspired me to get involved outside the club as well. I found a passion volunteering with caring for kids serving the Lakewood community. At first, I would just tag along with my mom while she volunteered at community events, and now it's came to the point where I ask when the next event is and make sure we are there to help. Helping out inside my community guided me into helping out around my school as well. I started volunteering in community service clubs like Key Club and National Honor Society. This has enabled me to become more responsible, a leader in my community, and an advocate for others, all while building new relationships. Scene 3, if you do your best each and every day, good things are sure to come your way. Tiana. These programs allow me to develop, not only as a leader, but as a person. I've been able to set myself up for my future in positive, beneficial ways. I'm in college level and advanced placement classes, and I'll be attending the Pierce County Skills Center, where I'll be getting hands-on experience in their pre-veterinarian program. This will lead me to the college of my choice, UC Davis, to become a veterinarian. As I reflect on the time at the club, the lessons and skills I learned from staff and members are invaluable assets I will carry on with me into the next chapter of my life. It's like Peter Pan once said, never say goodbye, because goodbye means going away, and going away means forgetting. And scene.
All right, thank you so much, Mason. Next up, we have Kaliyah Clavelle. Kaliyah is from our Henry T. Schatz branch. She has been with the club for 9 years. Kaliyah is a junior at Franklin Pierce High School. Please welcome Kaliyah.
How many people here are a single child? Okay, well, for me it was a little different. Growing up, I was the only child for the first 9 years of my life, and during this time I struggled with social skills and confidence to step outside my comfort zone. Until finally I had a younger sister on the way. But how can you communicate with a baby at 9 years old? I continued to let my parents know that I felt alone until they decided to sign me up as a member of the Henry T. Schatz Boys and Girls Club. Hi, my name is Kaliyah Clavelle. I am 16 years old, and this is my club experience. Walking into the club, it was chaotic as a tornado. Not only that, there was a dentist's office within the building. From the jump, it was structured chaos. There are so many kids running around to so many different programs, like the gym, learning center, dance room, and even the computer room. But they didn't even call it the computer room. Guess what it was called? The Bot Lab. What a silly name. Standing there quietly felt like an eternity while other members are laughing and joking with their friends. You know. I was asked for my name and informed by a lady named Miss Kathy that I needed to take my picture. I was confused on why, but knowing me, I was too shy to ask, so I just went with it. After my picture was being taken, it was time to walk through the huge black and clear double doors of the club, where all the ruckus was coming from. There are so many kids running around in so many different programs, such as the gym, learning center, dance room, and even the computer room. After a while looking around, I joined the dance club. Initially, I was intimidated, and the whole experience was quite overwhelming for a little 9-year-old. After a couple weeks, I still didn't know if this was a place for me or not, until I noticed myself gravitating towards a staff member named Miss Ashley. At the time, Miss Ashley was a dance instructor. I learned many styles. I made lifelong friendships and learned many styles of dance, such as hip hop, ballet, and even aerobics. I couldn't even pronounce aerobics at my age. The club has given me so many opportunities. It has given me the opportunity to go to Yellowstone National Park with 19 of my peers. And my favorite day was Wildlife Day, where we were able to see bears and bison, also known as buffalo. And among so many others, it has given me the opportunity to become Henry T. Schatz Youth of the Year. I now know that the club was and still is the right place for me. The club has given me so many opportunities and so many skills to blossom into the strong young woman I am today. Thank you all for being a part of my club experience.
Alrighty. Thank you, Kaliyah. So last but certainly not least, we have Anthony Myers. Anthony is from our Family East Side Branch Youth of the Year and has been a club member for 10 years. He is a senior at Summit Olympus Charter High School. Please welcome Anthony.
Good evening. I want to start off by saying thank you for giving me this opportunity to share how my Boys and Girls Club experience has molded me into the person I am today. Hi, my name is Anthony Myers, and I've attended the Boys and Girls Club since I was in 2nd grade and enjoyed every moment of it. Being at the Boys and Girls Club has helped me increase my confidence level and also helped me focus more on my future goals. One of the things that affected me throughout life, we have challenge, setbacks, and failures. One of the challenges I had most that took place was in 7th grade. During this time, I was trying hard, but during the school, my grades and reflections were not of this. I had below a 1.0 and a below a 2.0, and the teachers were not able to explain the lesson that was easier for me to understand. One night, my mom came into my room to see what I was doing, and I was doing my homework, and one of the questions that I asked, "What are you proud of?" I had it empty, and she asked me why, and I was like, I have nothing to be proud of. I wasn't doing well in school. I was in trouble at home due to all the missing work I had, and I was not able to attend the Boys and Girls Club. This was heartbreaking for me and my mom to hear, so soon after this, she took me to my new middle school, which is Destiny Charter Middle School. Once I started this school, it was like a complete turnaround. My GPA went to being roughly around 2.5, and I was able to go back to the Boys and Girls Club. Being at the Boys and Girls Club has helped me with when I ran for class president 7th grade year of my new school, when I ran for school president in 9th grade year, and helped me talk to parents about Torch Club and Keystone activities. Throughout all the help that I've received with the Boys and Girls Club in my school, I've been able to keep my GPA above a 3.0, and on top of that, I've been able to get into my college choice with the help of Ms. Shai teaching me more about historically black colleges. My college choice is at Clark Atlanta, and I've been accepted into it. So I can truly say that with the help of Ms. Shai and the Boys and Girls Club itself, that I've matured as a leader and a community member. Thank you.
That's awesome. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's when you know you got excited youth right there. They're coming up to talk even more. Zenobia, you've already done your work, girl. You already won. And that helps me too. That was a slow walk up here. Gosh dang it. I say I will MC every year. Just don't make me speak after those speeches, right? Not cool. Not cool. Could you do that at age 17? How about 16? How about 15? I mean, when I was that age, I called it a victory if I woke up before noon, kept a C average, maybe wore clean underwear. I mean, that was the bar when I was that age. I mean, that's amazing stuff. Can we give every one of those kids one more round of applause? That's what poise looks like, right? So Zenobia mentioned earlier, we have a relatively new award this evening. It's called the My Voice Award. What's unique about this award is you guys get to participate. We want your feedback. This is the award who you think was the most outstanding youth of the year. We're about to vote in real time. Now, hey, listen, I know audience participation is scary, especially when I did what I did to you earlier. But this is not as tough. We're combining technology, and I know you don't have your teenage kids around to help you, but I'm going to walk you through that right here. So if you could grab your phones. You're literally voting on this. We talked about this earlier. There is a scholarship tied to this vote. This is a vote in real time. I know we all have smartphones here, right? I'll walk you through it. Now, you're seeing up on the stage the My Voice Award. You see down the corner there what number you have to type so you know where the text is going. I'll pause while wives help their husbands. That also gets me brownie points at home. I learned by the best. Now listen, I want you to type in the number. That's simply all you have to do. Type in the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 that you'd like to vote for your candidate this year for the My Voice Award. That's it. We're going to tabulate these. We're going to give you the winner here in a little bit. But you guys decide. There's a scholarship of the line. We want to hear back from you, what you experienced, what you saw this evening. And then simply hit send. Got it? Nice work. Nice work. I've had nothing but faith in you guys. I had nothing but faith in you. So tonight, listen, from amazing kids to amazing adult. Tonight is my honor to introduce yet another successful and talented alumni of the Boys and Girls Club, DeAndre Jenkins. DeAndre is the executive director of I Still Matter Foundation. He is a U.S. Army sergeant, so you will salute him. And he's had a powerful story to tell about the impact of the Boys and Girls Clubs and has a real passion for supporting youth. Would you please help me welcome to the stage DeAndre Jenkins.
Okay, so first I want to start with an apology, right? Because they told me before I got up here, hey, you only got 6 to 9 minutes, but I'm a Boys and Girls Club member for life, and I have a story to tell. I have some people to thank, and I'm probably gonna need a little bit more than 6 to 9 minutes, all right? So, thank you for having me. I'm so honored and grateful to be a part of this night. But first, I would ask that we give a round of applause to the youth being acknowledged tonight, because if we don't have them, we don't have this. Let's give it up for them. So like I said, I have a few people to thank, right? I have three people that have made a significant impact. 2 are in this room tonight, and 1 is at home. The first person I would like to thank is my mother. As a judge last night, I asked every candidate, who is a leader that inspires you and why? My answer to that question is undoubtedly my mother. She showed me that adversity and opposition were only words in a book that could never defeat true self-belief. Everything I do in my profession, parenthood, and even my community is inspired by seeing this leader blaze the trail over the last 29 years of my life. Let's give it up for Mom. Okay. Earlier in this presentation, we had a veteran move, and I'm gonna use the same move. So I'm gonna ask my wife to stand up. Secondly, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Alicia, for always being my sounding board in life. She sees me in my most vulnerable moments away from the world. When self-doubt is creeping in my mind, she is the one that fills my cup when it's half full. When no one else in this world is available, she's always there. Let's give it up for her one more time. Thank you, I love you. Last but certainly not least, is Miss McKenzie, if you could stand up. All right. So, I want to thank Miss Mackenzie White with the Al Davis Club. She is the reason why I am truly a part of this moment right now on this day. She welcomed my organization into her club with zero hesitation because she knew I simply wanted to give back to youth the way that it was given to me. That was a pivotal moment in this journey, fulfilling my purpose. I felt like I traveled back in time to my first moments in the club, feeling a feeling of inspiration. And just like I told her last night, if there's one thing that everybody in this room knows is, you can always count on the club to have a spot for you. Thank you. Where would I be without the club? After every achievement in life, this is what I ask myself. See, I come from a place called Columbus, Georgia, and when I was growing up, and still to this day, the death rate is higher than the graduation rate. The school-to-prison pipeline was a real thing that I learned early in life. At the age of 4, my father was sentenced to 18 years in prison, and my mother was left behind to raise my 2 older siblings and myself with no help. These times helped me realize that the ability to learn is a gift even when pain is the teacher. I stand before you as a father, a husband, a leader, and a pillar of my community that's traveled the world and back, impacting the lives of thousands. But none of that would be possible if I didn't have the club to be the place to help me find my life compass and navigate me along this journey. Every day, my mother worked so hard to teach me about purpose. She would always tell me, "You have to find your why, son. What is the reason you do what you do?" This is what she would always ask. It was then I quickly learned how hard it was to pursue your purpose through adversity and opposition. But the club prepared me for these elements of life. When the earthquakes and hurricanes came, like my father's passing, when I was fighting the nation's war in Afghanistan, I was prepared for the storm. The club is what gave me hope that I did not have to become a victim of my circumstances, but a hero of my situations. The impact of the club is what led me over 20 years later back to a club within my community to follow my purpose, with the understanding that who I become to the youth and the future of this world matters more than anything I will ever attain. Many of you in this room may have no clue that at the beginning of the school year, I sent every child attending the Al Davis Boys and Girls Club to school with a backpack and supplies to tackle the school year. It was not for the recognition or a good job pat on the back. It was because I remember what it was like to be a 5 or 6-year-old kid going to school, hoping that I had the tools required to become who I inspired to be in this world. The club helped me understand that every single day I represent something. We have now reached the part of this remarkable night that you have the chance to embrace an opportunity that may never come again. COVID showed the world you cannot predict tomorrow, so act today. All of us in this room have the opportunity to grab those envelopes, the ones in front of you. Go ahead, grab them. All right? We have the opportunity to grab those envelopes right in front of us and permanently embark along the journey to strengthen this pillar of our community we all know as the club by giving a financial contribution to a higher purpose. Nothing this organization does for our community and these future agents of change, and you see in every club across America, is possible without the support of you, the donors, to make it all possible. If you remember nothing else tonight, nothing about my story, nothing about how the supporters of the club or the club staff or the club in general has impacted my life and contributed to the man you see today, I ask that you do remember this though. It's only 2 things that matter in life: what you become in life and what you give back to life. Thank you.
We need a buffer in here between them speaking and me, my old age. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but that's the club's in action. That's the results of what you're doing right now with that pen in your hand. Impressive man, DeAndre. We're in no hurry. We got time. I know it takes a little time for us older generation to write checks, so how about a dad joke or two? We got nothing but time. Hey, I heard that over there. Hey, you guys can hang out. We got nothing but time. I'm giving you guys time to fill out those envelopes and why you are here. But it starts with this one. Why'd the pony ask for a drink of water? He was a little horse. No. Okay. What do you call a blind deer? What do you call a blind deer? No idea. Okay? This is exactly how these played at home when I went through them. This is exactly what my teenagers saw in this. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm giving you time. I'm buying time for you to write it out. So listen, leave those envelopes on the table. Staff will pick them up after the event. And listen, we want to thank the individuals. We want to thank the organizations that sponsored tables, that contributed this evening. You're investing in the future of those you've heard tonight. The future leaders, the future problem solvers, our next generation. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now on to the voting. I'm talking about the My Voice Award. Zenobia, will you join me back here up on stage? We want to talk about the My Choice Award. Let me first say how proud of you I am. That A, you figured out how to vote, how you sent your vote, and then how we counted your vote. When I look at this, both accomplishments are pretty impressive in their own right. The backstory on this award is this. These kids have worked amazingly hard, and we want another opportunity to recognize their talents and their dedication, and we wanted to give you. You are the ones that gave up your evening tonight. You guys have a voice in this. You have a say in this. So we want to hear what you thought on those voting. We want to hear what you determined. So Zenobia, will you come up here? I hope you have do you have the results in hand? Do we need the results in hand? We need the results in hand. They're way over there. How fast are you walking?
You gotta go. Okay.
Dude, I have to walk all the way over there. So you can announce it, I need to pick it up.
Yep.
Well, all right, let's hear a dad joke.
I don't do dad jokes. I'm so sorry. I just don't do them. Not for me. All right. You got it? You sure?
Want it dramatic?
All right. Do you want to do the first one?
No, listen, it's all you. I can't, they don't pay me to announce it.
Anyways, thank you guys. So for our Voice Award winner, it goes to Anthony Myers.
Say a few words.
Thank you for voting for me. Thank you.
You're good. You're good. Anthony, man, a few words we've known. I just heard you do a 4-minute speech, man, and then we get 2 words out of you. But hey, you won it, and that's what matters. Can we give Anthony one more round of applause? Listen, your patience is paid off. We're now ready to announce the 2023 Youth of the Year. Announcements like this are a little bit above my pay grade. You guys already know how much I'm getting paid to be up here. So I want to welcome back to the stage the Boys and Girls Club President and CEO, Carrie Holden. And I also want to welcome back to the stage our newly elected board chairman, Carrie Mandel. Would you guys both come up here and present this award?
I don't know where they put my people. Oh my goodness. It is a mess up here, you're right. Uh-huh.
Do you need yours?
Yes. I don't know where it went. Oh. First, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight to hear just a few of the stories of the true impact we have on the lives of our kids every day. I know you will leave tonight confident in your investment in these great futures. I've been attending the event now for over 10 years, and every year I am in awe of these young adults who come up, their poise, their confidence, their willingness to be vulnerable, and to share their stories. To me, they truly embody the meaning of tenacity. They are determined to be the best they can be, they are persistent, and they don't give up easily. I am also honored to be part of this organization whose amazing staff support and encourage all young people to be strong, to be proud, and to be who they are. I think it's pretty clear that the generations today are much more self-aware and much more in tune with the societal issues than I ever was at that age. And as you heard tonight, They are passionate about building better futures for themselves, for their communities, and for the world we all share. And that truly makes me hopeful for a better tomorrow. So now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, the announcement of the 2023 Boys and Girls Clubs of South Puget Sound's Youth of the Year, who will go on to represent us at state. And they actually sealed the envelope because they didn't trust me. And the Youth of the Year is Kaliyah Clavelle.
I just want to thank everyone for this opportunity. It has really, really impacted me in a great way. And I really want to thank my family, Mr. Ben, and my biggest supporter, my younger sister. And of course, I want to thank everyone, all the other candidates. You guys did a very good job. You guys did a very good job. And thank you everyone else. Thank you all the sponsors. Thank you all the judges. Just thank you a lot for everyone coming out to support us. Thank you.
I want the clapping to die down a little bit so we can clap for her again. That's amazing. Youth of the Year. That concludes the 2023 Legacy of Hope. We couldn't make this deep impact without you. You guys are the reason we have that product to put in front of you. It's because of you. It's because of your generosity year after year after year. Now, just a reminder, leave those envelopes on the table. We'll take care of that. Staff will pick those up. I would also like you to check your watches and remember what organization got you out 10 minutes early than we said, right? Remember that. Remember that next year. Remember that next year. I can't wait to see you all in person. I guess we're in person again now next year. And you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Good night. Thank you.